Man, Jim Jones just continues to make himself look silly on the internet. I think it's time for him to just take a break, decompress, maybe go shopping for the clothes that he likes to wear, go do some YN shit, because this internet has not been kind to him over the last couple of months. I mean, you know it's bad when you are losing the perception battle to Dame Dash, because Dame Dash is somebody who is very unaware and careless about how he looks, and he has been losing to everybody else. But when it comes to Jomo, I know you are not gonna be the one to beat me. It's kind of like when you're roasting at the lunch table and then the boy who's supposed to be not laughing is laughing at you like, wait, hold on, dog. I'm gonna get back to you, but let me get on your ass. That's who Jim Jones is to Dame Dash. So this week's saga would kick off when Jim Jones went to a podcast and he would go in on Cameron and he would go in on Dame Dash. And what he said about Dame Dash is basically like, he got y'all fooled thinking he was some type of big time drug dealer, when really he was just a little poop butt. They used to send him to the store. He was just a little man around the town.
Dame impact was on the Dipset.
Dame's impact on the Dipset was nothing.
What his impact was in Harlem?
Dame impact in Harlem was nothing. Not to say it like that. Dame came up under hustlers. That impact was it. He was a little dude when it came to hustling in Harlem. He wasn't not no Rich Porter, none of that type of. He wanted to hustle. He wanted to hustle for niggas like Rich Porter and shit like that. Dame from the East Side. When the niggas on the East Side is different from the niggas from the West Side. Now for the East Side, Dame was a big deal to us because we were little and he was coming from the West Side, little car, jewelry, and all that. So when you're young, he's looking like Rich Porter, but in reality, he was like this. Nigga, go to the store, nigga, take a couple grams, get out of here. Not to take nothing away from him, you heard?
But with him bringing Dip in to the Rockefeller,
you're talking about two different things. You're talking about the streets and you're talking about the music and shit like that.
I was talking about the streets.
I'm not saying he wasn't a hustler in the streets.
Right.
You heard? But he wasn't the big dog, nigga. He wasn't that nigga. He just had a couple packs like everybody else in Harlem. You heard? His name doesn't ring bells for being the hustlers in Harlem. He made a movie called Paid in Full. He wasn't in the movie.
Right.
His character was nowhere in that movie. So I don't want people to get up here and be like, yo, he's trying to do something. No,
tell your man
nigga.
to something.
He was just an actor
in
the
the code. Yeah,
the movie's about Rich Porter and all those guys.
Right.
Dame was not a character in that movie. He's not a Rich Porter. They didn't change Dame name to Kane or Kane. They changed Rich name to Mitch.
Right.
You heard? Like, he wasn't one of those figures. He was a hustler growing up adoring those type of figures.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
No, for sure.
You dig? So that's why he grew up putting on for Harlem, because he was outside during the golden era trying to make his way like all the other big dogs in Harlem. He was there firsthand, hustling, putting on. Yeah, he had cars. Yeah, they had girls. Yeah, but
that was no different.
He made making the music and was able to paint the picture that was going on in Harlem about how niggas was hustling and shit like that. And they made their money. They did their numbers. But in that era,
right.
You heard?
Now, Dame Dash, we knew he wasn't going to let that go, and he went on the POV, and they asked him about it. And he said, I'm glad that Jim did this, because now it gives me a chance to front on him. When I met you, you was barefoot with a piece of straw hanging out your mouth with a clip on top, boy. Yeah, he said, I might not have been the biggest drug dealer, but my story's authentic. Unlike yours, you were never a street nigga, and you only got your first purchase of cars and money and jewelry once you were in rap. You were being used by your friends because you had a free apartment.
You were passionate.
In recent news, Dame, there was an interview that Jim Jones did, and he said that you're not a boss, you're a worker. What do you have to say about that?
Someone called me about that, and I laughed because it's ridiculous, but I felt like Jim must have been giving me an alley-oop to front on him, so I will.
Okay, you're invited, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. When I was 15-year-old, and I would guess their perspective, because he was a young man, I was big time to him, because I was 15-year-old, and I was doing things that most 15-year-olds weren't doing. And the people that he's rapping about in a lot of his records, like Rich Porter and Lou Sims, these are people I actually used to hustle with. Now, at 15, I'm not gonna say I was a legend at hustling. I wasn't, I was 15. But the people that we were looking up to, by the time I got to their age, I had definitely made more money than them, and I was more impactful as it relates to culture, because it wasn't being known for selling drugs. I was never known for selling drugs. But what you won't do, you could ask Lou Sims if he ever sent me to the store, or ask anybody that you know that was in that world that ever sent me to the store. See, I never hustled with Jim, and I don't think he ever bought a car till it was with Rap Money. It was never a street thing. Okay. I knew him as Jomo, and it's not a bad thing. This was his name, and he was like an 8-year-old, like a younger kid running around with a clip-on tie, and he lived in 1199 at Dave's house, because I guess they're, whatever it was, he lived. So I never really knew him as, like, growing up. He was always a little kid. Yeah. But Fredo, Cameron brought him around, and I was like, why are you with Jomo? And he was like, well, and he admitted this, well, he has a crib we go to, we just using him, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, it's Jomo. But he's done what he's had to do. But, you know, he wasn't there to say that. But if he can say that, like Dookie, I used to hustle with Dookie. He was my lieutenant.
Not Dookie. I thought he was calling the man Dookie.
Okay, go wrong. Pause.
Pause.
Dookie is Duke the God we call Dookie. Pause. Okay. Duke the God is with the Dipset. I used to hustle with him. Okay. You could ask him if he ever seen someone send me to the store, but I was always known in the position as somewhat of a boss. And all I did was pass the plug to them. They were like, they always looked up to me at that time. But I was never big time as a drug dealer, but I did have a crew called The Best Out. And we were the youngest crew, and we were legendary. We was all getting money. Yeah. But again, I'm pretty impressed with who I am and who I was and the things I did. And the fact that the people rap about are the people that I actually hustle with and actually was able to go another direction. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for him, he knows the algorithm. Yeah. And you know, when you say Dame Dash, you go viral. And I was going to ask you if that was saying that a reason so that he could, so that I could actually have a reason to talk about who I was and tell people to look under the hood. But if you know a 15, 16-year-old, and another thing is because I used to hang out uptown. So people from downtown, I'm from 1199, they weren't usually allowed to go uptown and hustle. And I was on one of the wildest blocks on the, you know, at the time in Harlem. So I got to make it out of a real circumstance. I didn't wait to get the rap to start to get money. I didn't wait to get the rap to start being tough. None of those things. And you know, you can look under the hood. So I appreciate him bringing it up. So and you can, to the extent that I've made my paid in full OG stories, it's about my friends.
Now, like I said, Jim Jones didn't only talk about Dame Dash in that podcast. He also talked about Cameron. Now, him and Cameron would be going back and forth on Instagram, and Jim would be under the comments talking crazy to Cameron. But one thing that we didn't expect and was kind of like a head scratcher is that he was calling everybody soft, and then he even mentioned his fellow member's name and said, yo, Freaky, you soft too, boy. And we know that that's in reference to Dipset member Freaky Zeke. Well, I see why they call him Freaky, because he would come onto the internet to respond to Jim Jones shirtless. I'm talking about double D's out, pause. He's just out here letting them things hang, you hear me? And he said, yo, Jim, are you sure you want to do this, dog? Don't you know I got footage of you when you tried to pull up on Dame in Harlem one time and Dame was ready to get busy? He called you out for the fade, but you brought 1 million niggas with you because you didn't want to face him by yourself, and you was in front of your lady and you turned down the fade?
Warm, still warm, you know what I mean? Niggas talking all that soft shit. Niggas ain't soft over here, nigga. Remember that time when Dame asked you for the fair one? You brought the homies out there, and they told you, nah, you hit them up. Matter of fact, I don't even gotta say nothing else. I got the clip right here.
Fight for you. Yeah, they do. You know, for you never did nothing, nigga. You ain't no gang.
They do. That's right.
You're entertainer.
They the gang bangers.
You're a tough rapper.
No, you soft, gang. You soft, nigga. You soft, nigga.
Can you get the
You
film?
soft, nigga.
You get the
This ain't 1989.
You get the film. You ain't never somebody fuck me up.
What?
I ain't never
Don't
ran
fuck
from
him up,
nobody.
No.
Cigarette. Go ahead. Fuck me up.
Give me the glass.
Fuck me up.
Move, Chrissy. Chrissy, move, Chrissy.
Come on, y'all. Baby, please, you can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen. You can't. No.
Go inside and do something.
Never sit me down tonight.
Come on, guys, please. Let's just chalk this off as a fucked up day.
Ain't no fucked up down. He came down his house to try to disrespect me. And now he gotta eat that when he's not mad. You gonna remember this shit when you're young. I bet you do. Fuck about it. Your friends are ashamed of you right now. Your friends are ashamed of you right now.
No, they're not.
They telling you to go swing on your old
These
shit.
niggas don't care about you at all,
They should care about the way you act. They're ashamed of
Trust
you.
me, they don't care about you, nigga. They care about what I do, nigga. Remember that, nigga.
We ain't doing that, let's not do it. We doing it, let's get it over. I ain't got all day.
Exactly. We're not.
Let me do what I need to do.
We're not doing it.
I ain't got all day for this. Let me take a beat down, let me take it. I'm gonna look good while I can. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm right here, I ain't going nowhere till y'all know. Get off my block then.
You can't do nothing.
Get off my block then. I can do you.
You can't do nothing with these niggas.
Oh really? Oh really? Now you putting this on the gram?
Everybody knows.
Toughest nigga in Dipset is Freaky Zeke by far. It's not even close.
You reaching now, coming at me, bitch ass nigga. You need to be reaching for some kerosene. You need to be reaching for some coals. You need to be reaching for 2 rocks and strike them shits together.
I ain't even mad at you, brother. I am mad at the choices you make, though. Because those are all choices of what bitch-ass niggas make, nigga. You can't afford to pay your rent and your heat bill. It's warm over here. It's warm over here. You know what, Jomo? Yeah, you're acting like a Jomo-sexual.
Now, Dame would even respond to this video being exposed by Freaky Zeke, and he would say, man, this never came out because I'm a man of honor and integrity, and it just kind of made Harlem look goofy, and we tried to stand on some unity type business. This was some infighting shit going on, and I will say I was rather surprised at how classy Dame Dash kept it when he did this response.
That was old with him and what's his name? It's no beef, right? That's just old, yeah. I mean, put it like this. When that happened, we all had it on tape a long time ago, but collectively, it just seemed embarrassing for Harlem. And, for me, family, if we truly are family, should be kept, families fight, but the rest of the world don't need to see that. I didn't think, it didn't look like it went in his favor in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But, I just felt real disrespected that he had brought some people down to even think about doing something to me. And my girl was out there, his girl was out there. But it was like some fights you just don't even be proud of. It's like being your child. So you don't be like, yo, I just spanked my kid. And I'm not saying my child, but I know him young, and it's like to see that version of him is a lot different. Like I said, his name was Jomo before Jim Jones. He became Jim Jones, but I know Jomo. So I'm not saying that's soft or whatever, but I know that version could not beat me. You know what I'm saying? And or at least I had to see. But either way, as a man, somebody comes to your establishment, it'd be like someone coming in here. It was the reason why when I had a barbershop, I would feel any kind of violation in the barbershop was a violation to me. Like, this is my spot, you got to take that up. And if you did something like rob somebody in my spot, now I got to come see you. And that type of stuff would happen. So I'm like, man, I get in so much trouble when I'm outside because I feel like I'd rather go out on my shield and get beat up. I have to get beat up before, especially if it ain't no guns or nothing, before I'm gonna just let somebody straight disrespect me. Or like if somebody goes stick them up, pause like that, I gotta see the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like show me the gun. I'll give it to you, but just show me.
I'm gonna give it to you.
But just show me a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna give you.
Don't bluff me.
But what he said, it was in his establishment. That just like somebody come to your house.
Well, it was a misunderstanding between Chrissy and my girl about Lady Vampire, and it was something that happened the way they spoke to each other. But Chrissy came down first, and we had resolved it because I know Chrissy. I've known her for years, way before Jim, and then he pulled up because he called me, and I kind of like hung up on him because he was popping it. And he was like, "I'm coming to see you." I was like, "I'll be over there." And I didn't really believe that he could ever disrespect me and bring some other people to come hurt me. I couldn't believe that. It'd be like me telling somebody to punch my uncle in the face. You know what I mean? If I got a problem with my uncle, then I just gotta fight my uncle. But I ain't gonna never have no stranger, no one I don't know do that. And I just couldn't believe, because he was like, yo, punch him in his face. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. But to me, it was just like, I I couldn't believe like you're gonna send some people to get into a stupid problem over nothing, and it might affect their life forever. Because I know if something happened to me, there's a lot of people that love me. It ain't gonna be things that become beyond your control. But also, I'm not gonna be able to wear that. It's gonna fuck with me for the rest of my life. Like humbling me would be something I'd have to go get therapy for. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got punked and punched. That's why like with Charlemagne and all of them, and when Fredo got punched in the face, I'm like, how do you get punched in the face and not swing back? How do your body let that happen? Like my body won't do that. Like I just will be like, you know what I mean? I won't be able to control it. You know what I mean? It's like boom, boom. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even like, did you just, you know, it's defend yourself and go ahead. Deal with that shit later. You don't run. Like I said, somebody got the drop on you. It is what it is. Then you want to live. But if it's 2 or 3,
yeah, but we got to see that.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not even running. I'm just like, yeah, you got it. Good, you got me. Hope it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? I hope somebody catches you wearing it or whatever. I'll see it in the pawn shop. You know what I mean? And that's happened with friends of mine, got their jewelry, and then I see it and be like, yo, give me that, man. Out the store, unless you tell me you gave it to you. You know what I mean? But it always pops back up. Yeah. So I ain't dying over no physical things. I'm definitely not trying to kill none of my brother because that's the test. And that's what they want to see.
Yeah, man. Dame Dash can be cool when he want to be. I know I be giving him a lot of slack on here, boy. But he can be cool when he want to be. Everybody got a good side to him. But I definitely respect what he's saying. He's saying, man, listen, man, I've known this man as a child. So, like, the version that I saw that day isn't what I'm accustomed to. And I can respect that because it's like if you growing up with a cousin and he used to pee in the bed and you like, man, that's little wee-wee, little pee-pee. We call him pee-pee at the crib. But then the streets know him as a monster. You're like, what? Huh? Are we talking about the same guy? You know, it's like your cousin. Like, we used to take baths together, my boy. And now you a gangster? It's kind of like that video that went viral on $1 Million Worth of Game where Gilly the Kid was talking about how he was the boogeyman in his hood. When he showed up to the dice game, niggas ran away. And Wallow was like, where was I at? When did this when did this happen?
On the question of whether I would rather be loved or feared, when I think about that question, I have to say it depends on what point in my life I was at. When I was in the street robbing niggas, I didn't want to be loved. I wanted to be feared. I wanted them niggas to know when I walk up, like I said in the song, by the time I was 18, I walk up on the corner and none of them niggas stayed long. And I ain't lying, kid, I had that iron sig and my heart fucking bigger than a lion's is. I wanted niggas to, when you walk up, you wanted niggas to get the, oh shit, here come them niggas.
Oh, where the fuck was I at? You walked up the corners and niggas stayed there and talked to us. Ain't nobody.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Ain't nobody fucking leave.
Let me tell you something.
Who the fuck left?
All right.
Everybody, hey, Wallow, what's up? Yeah, what's going on? Where the fuck was I at in jail? When you walked up on the corner, ain't nobody stay long. Everybody was sitting there, motherfuckers, they pass you the 40, pass you the little motherfucker.
So yeah, I get what Dame Dash is trying to say. Now, Jim, man, listen, dog. They talking about you ain't paying your utilities, that you owing money to the landlord. It seems like nobody respects you, dog. Everybody kind of got a beef with you. Everybody's saying something about you, dog. I even remember Kanye last year was saying like how you scammed out of some money or you tried to work your move. You ain't got no integrity. Pusha T said you live in the soul of repossession or something, talking about your house. Like, why is it that when you get into it with everybody has backhanded things to say about you? Why does everybody know the information on you, Jim Jones? Are you really going out sad like this? What's really going on out here, man? And I get it, man. You might be just trying to work the algorithm. I completely understand, but shouldn't you still be trying to win? I mean, you ain't putting up no fight. The only win I done seen you have on this internet during your era for real of learning the algorithm and playing this game is you beating up Freddie Gibbs. And that's not even nothing to be proud of because Freddie Gibbs getting beat up by everybody, man. We saw what happened at the Mondo Burger, a dinosaur burger, whatever the hell happened to him. So, yeah, man, I'm just saying, man, we got to do this a little bit better. You got to be a little bit more strategic out here, Jimmy. And last but not least, Jim, if you going to pull up on somebody, go fight your own battles. Don't send people to go beat up on little old Dame Dash. If he's such a little Rudy Poop that niggas was sending to the store, then how come you didn't step to him like that? How come you didn't walk up on him And whatever problems y'all had, y'all could have talked about it, or y'all could have duked it out. It could have been handled like gentlemen. It could have been handled like men. Why are you bringing other people with you to fight your battles for somebody that you personally know? It's not making sense. So I do think that that's a shame that if it's going how Zeke's saying that it went, that you didn't want to do your own fade and your friends was like, we not helping you out, go handle that. Y'all like family, like handle that. And I gotta commend those people for saying, man, we not about to crash out for you, my boy, because that's how it's supposed to be. Look, I'll take you up there and I got your back in case anything extracurricular happens. But what y'all got going on is between y'all. Handle that. That's exactly what happened. But overall, man, I don't think nothing gonna come for this, man. I think, like Dame Dash said, man, this was just some infighting. But you gotta be careful who you talking about, because they may have footage on you. Now, you knew this footage probably existed, and yet you still decided to get your ass up there and call out Freaky Zeke, who had nothing to do with none of this. But hey, man, I guess that's the name of the game. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation down below, man. Do y'all think Jim Jones, all publicity is good publicity, or, you know, maybe he should pick and choose his battles a little bit better? Y'all let me know down below, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we out here, baby. Boom!
IG-TheLaFlare.
It's him.